So we're going to start by creating a droplet, or on your system it might be creating a server. And one of the cool things about DigitalOcean is that under the one-click apps, you can just install Redis and bring it online. But I'm familiar with CentOS, so I'm going to bring a CentOS machine online and then install it that way. So I'm just going to choose a $5 plan just for this testing purposes. We're going to enable private networking and also enable the SSH key. I'm going to give it a name and then just click create. And one of the cool features about DigitalOcean is their automated services. For example, it takes about 30 seconds to bring a server online. With other VPS service providers that I've used, you have to email them or create like a help ticket every time you want to bring a new server online. And if it's like a Sunday night that you're doing work and you create a ticket, it might be Monday before they actually create that for you. So with DigitalOcean, you can create servers and actually bring them down, bring them up quickly. So that's the reason why I use DigitalOcean. Okay, now that the server is online, I'm going to grab the public IP address of it and I'm going to open up PuTTY and connect to it. Going to run the update, and then we're going to update the EPEL. And now we're going to begin the process to install Redis. Alright, so now that it's installed, we're going to start it, then enable it, and then we're going to check the status of it to see if it's actually working. Now we're going to send a request to it to see if it's online. We'll ping it, it replied with a pong, so we're good. And the next thing we're going to see is if the firewall, and it looks like it is listening on the correct port, so we're good. So now we're going to begin the process to configure the settings in the config file. So I'm going to hit the question mark, type in max memory, that's not it. So I'm going to hit N for next. Nope, that's not it. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is just uncomment it, and then I'm going to set this to 512. Alright, that's done. I'm going to hit escape and then question mark again, and we'll do max memory dash policy. Nope, that's not it. I'm going to hit N on the keyboard. There we go. So I'm going to make a change to this actually. And we're going to put this in instead. Alright, perfect. So I'm going to hit escape and then question mark and then bind. Okay, that's not it. I'm going to hit N again. There we go. So right now it's listening on internal port, but what I'm going to do is just to make sure that it can actually receive requests from a private network, like for instance the NGINX server can talk to this server on the internal network. I'm going to grab the private IP address and just paste that in here just by right clicking. Then I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to then look for question mark and then require pass. And at this point it's recommended that you create a very strong password, and this is just an example of the length of the password that you might want to consider. So now that that's done, I'm going to hit escape and then WQ, which is right quit. Alright, perfect, that's done. So we're just going to now restart the Redis server so those changes can take effect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my NGINX server and I'm going to edit the WP-config file for WordPress. So scroll down the list here, and what I'm going to be looking for is at the very bottom of this where it says "that's all, stop writing." We're going to paste this in right here, right above that. If you paste anything below that, it's not going to work, so you have to paste it right above "that's all, stop editing." And that is the IP address, the password, and other connection information. So now I'm going to go to my WordPress website, and I'm going to download and install the Redis Object Cache plugin. And since we've already went into the WP-config file and made the configuration settings, the Redis Object Cache plugin is going to automatically see that, and that'll be right here under settings. And as you can see here, everything that we put into the WP-config file is now listed inside of WordPress. So now all we have to do is just enable the plugin. And once that's done, we'll see that it's connected, and that's perfect. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go back to our Redis server, and we are going to just make sure that this is working correctly. So we're just going to type in a couple commands, enter the password, and then we're going to type in monitor. Now if we go back to our WordPress website and begin the process just to browse around the site, you'll see that it's working. You'll see that it's actually caching all of the images, the scripts, the web pages, pretty much everything that's on the page. And that's pretty much it. At this point, you have a fully functioning Redis server that is able to cache all the requests that come in and help provide a little bit faster experience for your users. So as I'm kind of scrolling around here, you can see that it's working just fine. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.